beep. 4.2:1. That's the ratio of men to women that you're going to find in your typical physics class. Switch to computer science and that ratio jumps up to over 5. And then there's engineering. So why sugarcoat it? It's pretty fucking bad. So why is that exactly? Is it because women bad? Or is there a deeper problem? I'm Alex, and I've been teaching economics at a top university for the past 7 years now. And now bear in mind that this is economics, so it's not nearly as bad as what we see in engineering. But it's still pretty fucking bad. So based on my expertise, let's answer the key question. Why this? Why is this a thing? So to give you a little bit of context, most of the teaching I actually do in Cambridge is in groups of 3 to 4 students called supervisions. And I've noticed something really interesting. You see, whenever the group consists of 2 boys and 1 girl, the girl rarely speaks up, if ever. Take the same girl, however, and put her in a group with only women, and suddenly there's like no stopping her.
Assuming I'm a human, what I gotta do to get it to you? I'm superhuman, innovative, I'm amazing.
This really tells me that social pressure plays a major role in holding these women back. You see, because certain subjects like economics are seen as more traditionally masculine, girls aren't as confident in voicing their views, particularly when their male colleagues are around. But does this mean that women bad? Absolutely not. The environment, social beliefs, and stereotypes greatly determine how likely girls and women are to retain their interest and motivation in STEM subjects and pursue their passion in their adult life. Another thing I've noticed is that many girls in my class can really be best described as glass cannons. By which I mean that they start things really well. They ace their assignments, they ask questions and give good answers. But then, as soon as something goes wrong, as soon as they receive a slightly lower mark than what they were expecting, their confidence just jumps off a cliff.
What the hell we gonna do now?
Let's use some science to back this up, shall we? According to this report from the American Association of University Women, or for short, the learning environment and social belief system affect girls' interest and achievements in STEM subjects. Girls who believe that experience and learning expanded intelligence were more likely to do better on maths tests. The opposite belief achieved the contrary effect.
That's so upsetting.
So what this report from is basically saying is that it's very easy for many students, but girls especially, to talk themselves into a very negative worldview, into a very pessimistic way of seeing things. Finally, digging a little deeper into the problem, I think it's really important to ask, why are people doing degrees to begin with? What's the point of education? And yes, of course, some people are doing it for the pure joy of it all. The rush of adrenaline you get from doing well in exams and obliterating your competition.
Get some help.
Anyway, I wouldn't know anything about all that, but the point is, most people do degrees, surprise, surprise, to find jobs. But then, when you look at STEM positions, either in academia or in the industry,
they ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand. It's what she deserves.
So it's really understandable that women might have a hard time pushing themselves into and through university when, you know, only a kingdom of dicks awaits at the end of the leprechaun rainbow. That really wasn't the best way of putting that, but we're gonna roll with it. And here we are. Now listen, I realize that this video has been a bit of a downer throughout since we're talking about a pretty, you know, serious and depressing subject. So let us end with a success story. You see, last year, one of the girls in my class really started on the wrong foot, with low marks, low participation, and basically zero motivation. Yeah, spitting rhymes like fire, ha 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 ha. But then she managed to find herself this study group with two of her close friends, and at the end of the year, as a result, there she was, at the top of the class. So all this to say is, women, not bad. Women, bad.